Good morning, students. Welcome back to math session on the chapter inverse trigonometric functions. In my last session, I had asked you to solve a problem, isn't it? So first we'll see that problem. Question is, show that sine inverse 3 by 5 minus sine inverse 8 by 17 is equals to cos inverse of 84 divided by 85. This is the question, right? So first I will take left hand side. So left hand side is sine inverse 3 by 5 minus sine inverse 8 by 17. This is our left hand side. See, right now we do not know the formula for sine inverse x minus sine inverse y. There is a formula. I don't say that there is no formula, but we do not remember it right now. We don't know it right now. Okay. So what we will do is, whenever you come across question in terms of any of the inverse trigonometric functions, dear students, first express it in the form of tan inverse function. Okay. Let him give cos inverse, let him give secant inverse, whatever may be the inverse trigonometric function given here, first we will express it in terms of what? Tan inverse. A question may rise in your mind, so why should we express any inverse trigonometric function given in terms of tan inverse? Because we know the formula for tan inverse x plus tan inverse y and tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Already we know the formula for these two. Whatever may be the inverse trigonometric function given to us, first we will express it in terms of what? Tan inverse. Okay. So what is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y? It is tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus x into y. What is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y? It is tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus x into y. Yes, since we are already familiar with these two formulae, whenever he gives us in any inverse trigonometric function, first we will express it in terms of what? Tan inverse. So that I can apply one of those two formulae, right? So here we are having sine inverse 3 by 5. First I will express it in terms of what? Tan inverse. Here we are having sine inverse of 8 by 17. This also I will express in terms of tan inverse, right? Okay, now we have what we are having at LHS, dear students, sine inverse of 3 by 5 and sine inverse of 8 by 17. What is my intention here? I want to express these two inverse trigonometric functions given in terms of what? Tan inverse. Are you getting my point? Why we are expressing any inverse trigonometric function given in terms of tan inverse? Already we know those two formulae which can be used. Okay? Now, observe very carefully now. This is sine inverse 3 by 5. This I want to express in terms of what? Tan inverse. Already I have explained you the process of expressing one inverse trigonometric function in terms of another inverse trigonometric function. Right? So this sine inverse 8 by 17 also I want to express in terms of what? Tan inverse. How do I express sine inverse 3 by 5 equal to tan inverse of something? Observe very carefully. I will construct a right angle triangle and I will take here angle as A. Okay. So this becomes our opposite side. This is our adjacent side, this is our hypotenuse. We remember sin theta as a ratio of two sides of a right angle triangle. What is sin theta formula? Opposite divided by hypotenuse. So opposite side length we will take as 3. Opposite side length we will take as 3. Hypotenuse side length we will take as 5. So we need to find out this adjacent side length. But we remember some standard Pythagorean triplets. Which are those Pythagorean triplets? 3, 4, 5. Okay, these three numbers will satisfy Pythagoras theorem. Hence, they are called as Pythagorean triplets. And another standard Pythagorean triplet is 12, 13, 5. And another standard Pythagorean triplet we need to remember is 8, 17, 15. Yes, are you getting my point? So why these three numbers are called as Pythagorean triplets? Because these three numbers satisfy Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? In a right angle triangle, the square on the longest side, that is square on hypotenuse. Square on hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares on other two sides. So 3 square plus 4 square. Since these three numbers are satisfying our Pythagoras theorem, those three numbers are called as Pythagorean triplets. Here also you can check, dear students, the square on the longest side, 13 square, that is 169, is equal to what? 12 square plus 5 square. Since these three numbers are satisfying this particular Pythagoras condition, Pythagoras theorem condition, we call these three numbers as Pythagorean triplet. You need to remember these three standard triplets. In many of the questions, we frequently come across these three only. In many, I didn't say all, but in many of the problems, we come across these three triplets. Okay, now here one side length is 3, another side length is 5. Obviously, the unknown side length will be equal to what? 4. I not to go for computing this adjacent side length. That's why I asked you to remember that triplet. Right? Standard triplets, which are those? 3, 4, 5. One standard triplet. 12, 13, 5. Another standard triplet. 8, 17, 15. Another standard triplet. Right? If one side length is 3, another side length is 5, obviously this adjacent side length will be equal to what? You need not to go for computing what will be the adjacent side length. Directly you can tell it. If you remember that triplet, dear students. Right? Okay. Now this sin inverse 3 by 5 want to express it as tan inverse of. See what is that part? What is tan theta formula? Opposite by adjacent. So in terms of tan inverse, it will become tan inverse of 3 by 4. Is that clear? I hope it's clear to you. Now, sin inverse of 8 by 17. This I will take angle as B. Because sin inverse 3 by 5, sin inverse 8 by 17, they don't represent the same angle. So here I have used A as angle and here I have used B as angle. Okay. Now, what is sin theta formula? Opposite. 8 represents opposite side length. 17 represents hypotenuse side length. Now I want what will be the adjacent side length. Think for a while. Can you trace out what will be the adjacent side length? Yes. If you remember this standard triplet, dear students, it will be what? 15. Now you may be thinking, sir, if I forget the triplet, what shall I do? How to find out the missing side length? See, that I will explain you. But as per time constant is considered in examination, it is better to remember these three standard triplets, dear students. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 12, 13, 5, 8, 17, 15. But I will explain you how to find out if you do not remember this triplet, standard triplet directly. See. If you want hypotenuse, add the squares of other two sides and take under root. I will repeat. Keenly observe. See, you know this side length, you know this side length. You want to find out hypotenuse. If you want to find out hypotenuse, add the squares of other two sides and take its square root. Okay. Suppose you know hypotenuse, you want other side. It may be opposite or adjacent. If you know hypotenuse and one more side, if you want to find out other side, in that case, subtract their squares. Always hypotenuse will be of the greater length, b square minus a square. Subtract squares of these two sides and take their root. Okay, this is the procedure. Okay, now observe. Suppose you do not remember this triplet. What has to be done in that case? Since you want other side length other than hypotenuse, what you need to do? You need to subtract their squares. 17 square 289 minus 8 square 64. If you want hypotenuse, you need to use plus sign here. If you want to find out the side length other than hypotenuse, you need to subtract their squares and take the square root. 17 square 289, 8 square 64. So it becomes square root of 225. Square root of 225 is 15. Then we will come to know that adjacent side length will be 50. Okay. So now if I express in terms of tan inverse, what is tan theta formula? Opposite by adjacent. So it becomes tan inverse of 8 by 50. Is that clear? Again, I will explain you all the steps here. Keenly observe, dear students. We are asked to prove this particular result. So I have taken left hand side. I directly do not remember sin inverse x minus sin inverse y formula, but I remember tan inverse x minus tan inverse y formula. For that, what I have done? I have expressed this sin inverse 3 by 5 in terms of tan inverse. I have expressed this sin inverse 8 by 17 in terms of tan inverse. Is that clear? And already I have explained you how to express one inverse trigonometric function in terms of another inverse trigonometric function. Okay. Now I will take left hand side. So sin inverse 3 by 5 is whatever, tan inverse 3 by 4. Sin inverse 8 by 17 is whatever, tan inverse 8 by 50. So now I can use tan inverse x minus tan inverse y formula. What is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y? It is tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus x into y. Okay. Let us simplify this further. This equals to tan inverse of, take LCM, 15 into 3, 45. Already I have explained you the way of taking LCM. Okay. Cross multiply these two and write it the numerator. 15 3s are 45 minus 8 4s are 32. Multiply these two. 8 4s are 32 divided by 60. Whole divided by, and again don't take here LCM. LCM is taken whenever we add or subtract two fractions, not while multiplying. Okay. So this is 1 plus 8 3s are 24 divided by 6. Right? Okay. So this is tan inverse of 45 minus 32, subtract these two. This is 15 divided by 60, whole divided by, sorry, this is 13 divided by 60, divided by, here also take LCM. If there is nothing at the denominator, dear students, we know that it is always 1. So 60 into 1 is 60 plus 1 into 24 is 24. 60 plus 24, 84 divided by 60. Is that clear? Right? So these two 60s will cancel out. We get a tan inverse of 13 divided by 84. Can I stop at this particular stage now? I cannot stop. What is the reason? Because in the right hand side, we are having answer in terms of cos inverse. Keenly observe, we are having answer in terms of cos inverse. What shall we do? Again, I need to convert this tan inverse in terms of what? Cos inverse. Okay? Now, for this, I will take a right angle triangle and I will consider some angles. Already I have used angle A and angle B. Here I have used angle S. What is tan theta formula, dear students? Tan theta is opposite divided by adjacent. So I need to find out hypotenuse. And even I will mention you a trick here. Don't go for finding out a hypotenuse side length. Directly you can judge what will be the hypotenuse side length. Look at the answer. You are having 84 here. 84 is present. What is missing? 85. That will be the unknown side length. Okay, you can save your time like this. Even if you find out hypotenuse, no doubt you get it as 85 only. If you want to check it, I will explain you, observe. But in examination, don't go for checking it out. Okay, use the trick that I have mentioned. See, in the final answer, I need one side length as 85. Definitely, that will be the missing side length here, unknown side length here. Okay. Now, I want hypotenuse. How do we get hypotenuse? Square root of 84 square plus 13 square. Be very, very careful. When you want hypotenuse side length, you need to add squares of other two sides. Take its square. When hypotenuse is needed, we add. Okay. If I want the side other than hypotenuse, I subtract. Now, hypotenuse side is the length ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ compulsory add ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. Hypotenuse ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಾರ side length ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ we must subtract. Their squares, and later we need to take square root. Okay. So what will be 84 square? 4 4 is 16. It is 7056. 13 square 169. If you take square root after adding, you get 85. Okay. So this tan inverse 13 divided by 84. If I express in terms of cos inverse, what is cos inverse formula? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. This is the required right hand side. Is that clear? This is the solution. Almost, dear students, we are at the end of this chapter. In 1 or 2 sessions, this chapter is going to end. Correct? And remember, this chapter is treated as the simplest chapter you are having in your syllabus. Shall we move for the next question then? Okay. So prove that cos inverse of 4 by 5 plus cos inverse of 12 by 13 is equal to cos inverse of 33 divided by 65. This is the question. Okay. I will take left hand side here. Cos inverse 4 by 5 plus cos inverse 12 by 13. What will be our first step here? Yes, you are right. First, we will express these two inverse trigonometric functions given in terms of tan inverse. I hope you know the reason why I am expressing given trigonometric function in terms of tan inverse, because I know the formula exact now. Okay. So first what we will do is, we need to express this cos inverse 4 by 5 in terms of what is students? Tan inverse of. Similarly, cos inverse of 12 by 13 we need to express in terms of what? Tan inverse. How do we do it? We will take a right angle triangle. Here I will use angle as A. What is cos theta formula? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Okay. Now I hope I need not to tell you how to find it out. We remember already standard Pythagorean triplet 3, 4, 5. One side length is 4, hypotenuse side length is 5. Definitely this side length will be 3. Pythagorean triplet. Remember it. Remember it. Okay. Next. So what is tan theta formula? Opposite by adjacent. So sin inverse 4 by 5 will become what? Tan inverse of 3 by 4. Second one. What is cos theta formula? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Don't waste your time in finding out what will be the opposite side length. Directly we can tell what will be the side length of this opposite side. What it will be? It will be 5. How do we know it? Standard Pythagorean triplet. Remember these triplets. 12, 13, 5, 3, 4, 5, 8, 17, 15. They are Pythagorean triplets, PTs. Okay. So here one side length is 4, another side length is 5. Since I remember the Pythagorean triplet, I will come to know that this opposite side length will be 3 directly. Here one side length is 12, hypotenuse length is given as 13. Since I remember Pythagorean triplet, I will come to know that the side length of opposite side will be 5. So in terms of tan inverse, it becomes opposite by adjacent. I hope you know this formula. What is sin theta formula? Opposite divided by hypotenuse. What is cos theta formula? Adjacent by hypotenuse. What is tan theta formula? Opposite by adjacent. Okay. Is that clear? Now I will take left hand side. So cos inverse 4 by 5, we will write it as tan inverse 3 by 4. Cos inverse 12 by 13, we will write it as what is students? Tan inverse 5 by 4. Now I will use tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula, which is tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus x into y. Okay, now this is equals to tan inverse of, take the LCM, 12 3s are 36 plus 4 into 5s are 20 divided by 12 into 4, 48, whole divided by 1 minus, first multiply these two, 3 into 5, 15, 12 into 4, 48. Okay, this becomes tan inverse of 56 divided by 48. If you take LCM here, if there is nothing at the denominator, note it as 1. So 48 into 1 is 48, minus 1 into 15 is 15, divided by LCM is 48. 48 and 48 cancels out. This is tan inverse of 56 divided by 33. Okay. Now look at the required answer. Finally, I want answer in terms of what cos inverse. But here right now, dear students, I have obtained answer in terms of what tan inverse. But required is in terms of what cos inverse. What shall we do? Yes, we will go for taking the right triangle. What is tan theta formula? Opposite by adjacent. So I need to know this hypotenuse side length. Shall we spend our time in computing what will be the hypotenuse side length? No. What can be done? So in the final answer there is 33. Yes. We are having 33. What extra side length I need? 65. That will be here. Without spending your time, you will come to know what will be the side length of hypotenuse. Now I will express it. So it is cos inverse of tan inverse. I want to express in terms of what is students? Cos inverse. What is cos theta formula? Adjacent divided by hypotenuse. This is our final answer. Okay. Even if you want, you can use cos inverse x plus cos inverse y formula. For your reference, I will write down some formulae. If you want, you can use these formulae directly if you want. But if you think that why to remember unnecessarily some extra formula, you go for this concept. Okay. So what is sine inverse x plus sine inverse y? This is equal to sine inverse of x into root 1 minus y square plus y into root 1 minus x square. But for competitive examination point of view, it is better to remember this formula for competitive examination point of view. Okay. What is sine inverse x minus sine inverse y? This is sine inverse of x into root 1 minus y square minus y into root 1 minus x square. The second formula. Next. What is cos inverse x plus cos inverse y? That is equal to cos inverse of x into y minus root 1 minus x square into root 1 minus y square. Cos inverse x here, if it is plus, it will be minus, right? But in case of sine inverse, if it is plus, here you will get plus. If it is minus, here you will get minus. Okay. So cos inverse x minus cos inverse y is equals to cos inverse of x into y plus root 1 minus x square into root 1 minus x square. In this problem, directly if you wanted, dear students, you could have used cos inverse x plus cos inverse y formula, you could have obtained the answer. Right? It is up to you. If you wish to remember these extra formulae, you can use directly that formula cos inverse x plus cos inverse y. If you think that, sir, it is difficult to remember extra formulae, then you express the given inverse trigonometric functions in terms of tan inverse and proceed as I have explained. Okay? This is up to you, dear students. But actually in our NCERT reader, different approach is given. But the approach which I have explained is the easier one. Follow it. Okay? Shall we take up next question then? Prove that tan inverse 63 by 16 is equals to sine inverse 5 by 13 plus cos inverse 3 by 5. This is the question. Right? Shall I go from LHS to RHS or RHS to LHS? When you look at the question, you will come to know that in this problem, we will move from RHS to LHS. Because in RHS, I can apply the formula. Is that not, dear students? So here we will take the right hand side and we will prove that it is equal to left hand side. So right hand side is our sine inverse of 5 by 13 plus cos inverse of 3 by 5. What shall we do in the beginning now? We will express these two inverse trigonometric functions in terms of what? Tan inverse. Okay. We have what we are having? Sine inverse 5 by 13. This I want to express in terms of what, dear students? Tan inverse. How do we do it? Very simple. Already we know the process or procedure. What is sine theta formula? Opposite by hypotenuse. Can you tell me what will be the adjacent length? Yes, it will be 12. How do you come to know? We remember standard Pythagorean triplets 5, 12, 13, 12, 13, 5. Is that no? So adjacent side length will be 12. Now in terms of tan inverse, it becomes 5 by 12. I hope you remember tan theta formula opposite by adjacent. It is 5 by 12. Next one. Cos inverse 3 by 5 is equal to tan inverse. Use your angle as b. What is cos theta formula? Adjacent to hypotenuse. Can you tell me what will be the side length of opposite side? Yes, it is 4 always. Pythagorean triplet 3, 4, 5. So in terms of tan inverse, it becomes what, dear students? 4 by 3. Now I will consider right hand side. So sin inverse 5 by 13 we have obtained as tan inverse 5 by 12. Cos inverse 3 by 5 we have obtained as tan inverse 4 by 3. Now which formula you will apply? Yes, you are right. Here you will apply now tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula, which is tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus x into y. Okay? This is equal to tan inverse of, take the LCM, 5 into 3, 15, 12 4s are 48, LCM is what? 36, 4 divided by 1 minus, first multiply these two fractions, okay, 5 4s are 20, 12 3s are 36, and as I have explained you, don't cancel here terms. Even though they are having common factors, please do not cancel. Why don't we cancel? So that both the denominators will become same at numerator and denominator. We can cancel them easily. Okay. So this is now tan inverse of 48 plus 15, 63. 48 plus 15, 63 divided by 56. On taking LCM, it is 36 minus 20 divided by 36. Okay? 36 and 36 will cancel out. This is tan inverse of 63 divided by 16, which is the required left hand side. Is that clear? Right? Now. Next question. Show that sin inverse 12 by 13 plus cos inverse 4 by 5 plus tan inverse 63 by 16 is equal to 5. This is the question. The reason why I have put 3 stars is this problem is a little different. You may treat it as important question as well as a problem with different sense. Why it is different? That you need to understand in this problem. Okay, observe very carefully. And you take left hand side. This problem is little different, dear students. In our NCERT reader, they have given different approach. But we shall follow the simplest one. So I will take left hand side, which is sin inverse of 12 by 13 plus cos inverse of 4 by 5 plus tan inverse of 63 divided by 16. Try to understand in what way this question is different and why sir has put this triple star for this problem. Right? Okay. So first we will express each of the inverse trigonometric function given in terms of what? Tan inverse. So first I will take that sin inverse 12 by 13 and I will express it in terms of tan inverse. Okay. What is sin theta formula? Opposite divided by hypotenuse. Opposite by hypotenuse. adjacent side length will be 5, Pythagorean triplet. So tan inverse, it will become 12 by 5. Similarly, this cos inverse 4 by 5, I will express it in terms of tan inverse. What is cos theta formula? Adjacent by hypotenuse. So opposite side length will be 3, standard Pythagorean triplet. So tan inverse of 3 by 4. Is that clear up to here? Okay. Now let us put in LHS. So sin inverse 12 by 13 will become what, dear students? Tan inverse 12 by 5. Cos inverse 4 by 5 will become what, dear students? Tan inverse of 3 by 4 plus tan inverse of 63 divided by 16. Now, do you remember this? Already we have noted this point. Do you remember it, dear students? Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula is tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus x into y if x into y is less than 1. Isn't it not? So this formula holds good if x into y is less than 1. If x into y is greater than 1, can I use the same formula? You cannot use. We need to make a small change in the formula. What is that? If x into y is greater than 1, we use the formula as 5 plus tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus x into y. Right? That's why I have put triple stars in this problem. In case ಈ x ಮತ್ತು y ಇಂಟು ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1 ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಏನು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಚ್ಚಬೇಕು, ಪೈ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಚ್ಚಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, this is our x, this is our y. I will take x into y, right? What will be x into y? 12 into 5 into 12 by 5 into 3 by 4. This is 36 divided by 20. 36 divided by 20 is greater than 1. In the examination, you need not to mention it. For your understanding, I am writing this step here, dear students. Okay. Here I observe that x into y, that is 12 by 5 into 3 by 5, getting greater than 1. If x into y is greater than 1, we need to use this formula, right? So now, since x into y is greater than 1, when you apply tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula here for the first two terms, formula is what? Pi plus tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus x into y plus tan inverse of 63 by 16. Third term ಅನ್ನು ಹಾಗೆ ಇಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬರೀ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? For the first and second term we will apply tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula. Third term is kept as it is. I hope now you are very clear why pi is added here. Later don't think that from where pi has come. You need to note this point. If x into y is greater than 1, to the formula we add pi and write the formula. Okay. So now this is pi plus tan inverse of, take the LCM, dear students. 12 into 4, 48 plus 5 3 is 15 divided by 5 into 4, 20 whole divided by 1 minus 12 3 is 36 divided by 20 plus tan inverse of 63 divided by 16. This is equals to 5 plus tan inverse. What is 48 plus 15? Is it 63 divided by 20? Take the LCM, direct I will write 20 into 1 is 20, 1 into 36 is 36. We get 20 minus 36. What is 20 minus 36? Minus 16 divided by LCM is 20 plus tan inverse 63 divided by 16. So 20 and 20 cancels out. This is pi plus tan inverse of 63 divided by minus 16 plus tan inverse of 63 divided by 60. We already know that tan inverse of minus x is minus tan inverse x. Trimurtis, yes? So this is pi. What is tan inverse of minus x? Minus tan inverse x. So minus will come outside, isn't it? Plus into minus, it is minus tan inverse of 63 by 60 plus tan inverse 63 by 60. These two terms cancel out. Finally, we get answer as what? Pi, which is our required right hand side. Okay, is that clear? Can you practice this problem with more concentration, because somewhat this problem is different. In what way it is different? Here we get x into y is greater than 1. When x into y is greater than 1, a small addition is done to the formula. What is that? We add pi. Okay, so I will give one problem for you. You try to solve this problem, dear students. Prove that cos inverse of 12 by 13 plus sin inverse of 3 by 5 is equal to sin inverse of 56 divided by 65. Yes, this problem is also very simple. You will take left hand side. What you will do? You will express these two inverse trigonometry functions in terms of tan inverse. You will use tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula. Right? Is that clear? And finally, you get answer also in terms of tan inverse. Again, convert it in terms of what? Sin inverse. I hope you can do this problem very easily. Right? Let us consider next question. Evaluate tan of sin inverse 3 by 5 plus cot inverse 3 by 2. Evaluate means we need to find out its value. Right? See how do we do it. First, I will consider the expression. This is tan of sin inverse 3 by 5 plus cot inverse 3 by 2. Yes, we have taken the expression. So what I will do is, these two inverse trigonometric functions present inside the square bracket, I will express each of them in terms of what? Tan inverse. Okay. So I will express this sin inverse 3 by 5 in terms of tan inverse, and this cot inverse of 3 by 2 in terms of tan inverse. Okay. How to express this sin inverse 3 by 5 in terms of tan inverse? So we will take this as angle A. What is sin theta formula? Opposite by hypotenuse. Adjacent side length will be 4. We remember standard Pythagorean triplet. So in terms of tan inverse, it becomes what? Tan inverse of 3 by 2. Now to express this cot inverse of 3 by 2 in terms of tan inverse, I need not to go for even constructing the right angle triangle. You may be thinking, sir, why? For this already a ready-made formula is there, dear students. Cot inverse of x is equals to tan inverse of 1 by x. Already we have proved such 3 results. Sin inverse of 1 by x is equal to cosecant inverse x. Cos inverse of 1 by x is equal to secant inverse x. Tan inverse 1 by x is equal to cot inverse x. So this cot inverse 3 by 2, if I express in terms of tan inverse 3 by 2, will directly become what? 2 by 3. Right? So this is by using this formula. Even if you want to go for constructing the right angle triangle, you can do. But always I say that consider the time. Many students, when they come out of examination hall, especially in mathematics subject, they say that, sir, we didn't get sufficient time. That's why we skipped some questions. That should not happen, dear students. It happens if you don't consider time aspect. Okay. So this cot inverse of 3 by 2, in terms of tan inverse, cot inverse x is equal to tan inverse 1 by x. Hence cot inverse 3 by 2 will become tan inverse 3 by 2. Now I will consider the expression. That is tan of sin inverse 3 by 5 is our tan inverse 3 by 4. Cot inverse 3 by 2 is our tan inverse 2 by 2. Here I will apply now tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula. This is equal to tan of, what is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula? It is tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus x into y, right? So tan inverse of x is just x. We know this property is not. Tan inverse x is x. How do we remember? Function and inverse function will cancel out. We get only x as the value. So tan and tan inverse will go. Now only I need to write down the term present inside the square bracket. So take LCM here. 3 3 is 9. 4 2 is 8. Divided by LCM is 12. 4 divided by 1 minus multiply these two. Don't cancel out any terms here. 3 2 is 6. Divided by 12. So 9 plus 8, 17 by 12. When you take LCM here, 12 into 1 is 12. 1 6 is 6. 12 minus 6 is 6 by 12. 12 and 12 cancel out. Finally, we get answer as what is, students? 17 upon 6. Okay. If you get any sorts of doubts in the problems that I have solved in today's session, you can raise the questions. Okay. Thank you.